Hello, and welcome to the Tactical Project. I'm your host, as always, Tactical, working every day to bring you the best guns, gear, knife channel available on YouTube. And in today's video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at my Fieldline Tactical Alpha Ops internal frame backpack. I got this backpack probably 3 months ago at the very beginning of hunting season, just because I wanted a MOLLE compatible bag to take out hunting, and maybe even have a dual purpose as a WROL patrol bag. So that brought me to this guy. Like I said, I've wanted one for a while, but normally they're price prohibitive, at least in my case. So that's how I ended up acquiring this. Whenever I found it in Walmart, of all places, for a very nice price, which we'll get to later in the video. So my initial impressions of it was I really liked it a lot. It felt like you got a lot of bag for the money. The bar stitching is really nice. The stitching just overall is nice. The nylon webbing that they used was great. The buckles are pretty heavy duty. I liked it a lot. MOLLE webbing just absolutely everywhere on this bag. I mean, it has just about anything you could want to attach to it, you're going to be able to on this guy. And it even has a hydration bladder, but we'll go ahead and get to that stuff here in a minute. Features. So I guess we'll go ahead and get to that now. Let me see here. This bag is 21¼ inches tall, 13.4 inches wide, and 8.6 inches deep. Okay, this is a 3,177.45 cubic inch bag, or 52 liters. So this is actually really big. This is considered a 72-hour bag. This is about as small as I would want for a 72-hour bag. If you really know what you're doing, you can fit 72 hours worth of stuff in here, but you are going to go without a few things. But this is just really nice. So let's go ahead and talk about all the other features that this bag has. As we talked about, just MOLLE webbing absolutely everywhere. It has this, if I can get it, has a nice loop field here for a name tag. Has a loop field here for a morale patch, and you can see I have this one. This is, I think it's Spec Monkey patch. I also have the some Blackhawk speed clips on here just for show right now. I don't really have too much to put on here. And this butt pack does not come with it. It's just on here for demonstration purposes. So let's go ahead and take a look. Starting at the top, it has this nice carry handle, and I would say I probably have about 35 or 40 pounds worth of stuff in there right now, and it's not giving out at all. It's padded. It's very nice. The shoulder straps, it has this nice yoke, nice heavy padding. Has this padding here on the back for you, and it also has this nice load belt, which also has MOLLE webbing on it. As you can see, I again just put this on here for show. This is from my OKC Spec Plus folder, so that's nice. And it also has a let's see here if I can get everything out of the way. Drain holes in the bottom, right there. And it's just really nice overall. And from the outside, you can get to a bladder hole where you can put your hydration bladder. All right, and this is also where your internal frame goes, and you can feed your bladder hose up through. And it has two different bladder hose exit ports. Has one right over here, and this has really nice heavy duty Velcro too all over, and then another one up here, so you can feed that through on either side, whichever side you're comfortable with. Has these two compression straps on each side, really nice. And this thing just has pockets upon pockets upon pockets. Let's see here. Got a side pocket here. Just have a set of of mechanics gloves, and then another set of just hunting gloves. And let's see here if we can get a good shot in here. Is there's a pouch in here for whatever you'd want. 2 pouches actually. So good for organizing. Again, molly webbing everywhere. Zippers are covered. Zippers work nice too. They're pretty heavy duty in the spots where you want them. Then up top, right here, is a nice felt lined pocket for glasses. These are just a pair of safety sunglasses that I have in there. Then on the other side, you have another pocket, same as what was on the other side. Very spacious, very roomy. Okay. Then in this top portion here, you have, I'm just sort of using this as an admin pouch. And I think that's actually what they tell you that it is for. But, you know, and it has this nice mesh pocket here that zips closed. I have a lighter, a pen, and a marker in there. Have a little notepad in here. Has this pocket back here. Very nice. Then it has this part that pulls away. And this is just sort of like a quick access pocket. I normally keep my poncho in there. It slides in really nice. And then whenever I have this all compressed, it keeps it in there. And it's meshed on the outside so that it can breathe. Then on the outside, this part here is, let's see, turn this over, is this outer pocket. And I've just been using this to keep food in. I have a small mess kit in here, a couple Cliff Bars, some bagged water, food rations, a little bit of beef jerky, titanium spork. Some of this stuff like the mess kit and the spork will get its own review. I just didn't get there yet, still testing everything. But as you can see, another mesh zip pocket here. I don't have anything in it yet. 2 large pouches here. You could, plenty big enough for like an AK magazine or something. I just have my water here, my emergency water. Then you have 2 smaller pouches here, about big enough for a Cliff Bar. I think I got 4 Cliff Bars in this one pouch, and there's probably still enough room for 1 or 2 more. Then you have an even bigger pocket behind all that, and I just have these emergency food rations, probably big enough for 2.5 of those. Then you have another mesh pocket up here, and as you can see, I got some beef jerky in there, and it's probably big enough for 3 of those. And then here underneath the mesh is another zippy pocket. Like I said, man, there's pockets all over the place on this thing. If you can't get it organized in here, you're doing it wrong. It also has 3 little pouches in each of these ones. Well, 3 and then 1 larger one. These ones are about the size for a Sharpie marker. And this particular one is digital camo. This is woodland digital. So it's a little bit more woodsy. This one is the regular ACU digital. So you can see the contrast between the 2 of them. What the difference would be. This one has more of what I would say like a yellow-green hue. And this one has more of a tan hue. So there's that. And then all the way at the bottom, you have, let's see here if we can see them. You have 2 drain holes. And then you also have 2 attachment points for a bedroll or a sleeping bag, or both. So that's really helpful. I really like that a lot. The drainage holes are nice, but these are really built sturdy. I have the 3-piece, but they call it a 4-piece because they count the bag. Modular sleep system. Rolled it up, strapped it on there. Fits perfectly good. Really nice. that they thought to include that. So now that we talked about everything on the outside of the bag, let's go ahead and look on the inside at what we got in here. Now again, this isn't necessarily what I always keep in here. This is, right now, like I said, I use this for a little bit of hunting. And this may end up transforming into a get-home bag or like a patrol bag for without rule of law. I don't know that this will be my specific bug-out bag because, like I said, this is big enough for that, but it's as small as I would be willing to accept. So I'm going to want one a little bit bigger. Alright, so in the top here, we have 1, 2, 3 pouches, 2 mesh, and 1 with the nylon-y feel. Up here in the top, I just have another set of gloves and a hat. And then here I got 2 hanks of paracord, black and digital camo. Then, as you can see, this clamshell is open, so it's not like you have to just reach in from the top and you got to take everything out. Like you can layer it nice. I have my tomahawk. Okay. I have my Air Force survival knife. We got 2 different vests. These are both for hunting. And then my my Wooby. And, oh, look at this guy. More a bushcraft knife. Review to come on this. Spoiler alert, is favorable. But I really like this setup, especially with the Wooby in the quote-unquote back. Because what I was able to do is just have everything that I was packing in there. You know, obviously my knife was on my hip here. This is what I use for hunting typically, and then I also have my folding knife if it requires a little bit more exactness. But packed all that stuff in, and then I was able to set my backpack on the ground and sit on it to keep myself up off the ground once I got to my stand. Kept me very warm. That's something you always want to do when you're in the woods, is try to stay warm and keep yourself up off the ground. So this made an excellent insulator. So just something to think, you know, rather than packing those cheapy bead ones, you know, this is better. And it's, you know, if you were somewhere where you got turned around, you could use this for way more than you could ever use that bead seat for. So that's pretty much it for all the features. Let's go ahead and talk about specifications. We already did that. About the size, the weight. I couldn't really find anything on the weight. I'd say it probably weighs 2.5, 3 pounds whenever it's unloaded. So it's pretty light. And like I said, internal frame backpack. Aftermarket mods, nothing. The only thing that I did to this that might be, I don't even know if you could consider it a modification, just put the patch on there in the butt pack. And like I said, this butt pack isn't even on there the whole time. It's just to demonstrate the molly. Methodology use. This would be great for hunting and camping. Okay, so great for things like that. Great for a patrol bag. Great for anybody that's into hiking. This would also be good as a bug-out bag. Like I said, this is about as small as I'd want. This is 52 liters. So you are going to go without some things whenever you do this, but it can be done. And also get home bag. Now I know that in my get home bag video I talked about not having stuff like this because you know, it draws attention. It looks military-like, so people are going to think you have military-like things. You know, just stands to reason. Now, what does kind of help you is that in this day and age, a lot of people pack these types of bags just to quote-unquote look cool. So it might not be like it was like 10 years ago where pretty much only special people like me and a couple other people, you know, took these as backpacks. You know, and I didn't even have this. I had like a World War II military bag. But good for a get-home bag. Excellent for that. The waist strap makes it so that it carries really nice. I've taken it out for, you know, some 5 and 8 mile hikes. No problems whatsoever. Carried nice. Most of the weight stayed on my hips like it's supposed to. Really good bag overall. I think I've had about 75 pounds in it, and none of the stitching gave out or anything. just still holding up nice. And like I said, taking it in the, sorry about the camera bump, taking it in the woods more than a few times, still, you know, looking pretty good. Price and value. Now, like I said, I've been wanting a molly bag, tactical bag for a while now, and got one, like I said, a couple months ago. And what held me back was that they were price prohibitive. Well, I got this at Walmart for the low price. I don't know if you guys can see that. For the low price of $39.97. Ridiculous for a bag like this. This is every bit of the you know, the bags you pay $70 for. Every bit of that. You know, this is just as good. I'd put it side by side with that. Now, are there better ones like Eberly stock and all that stuff? Yeah, but if you feel like paying $300, you can have it. Otherwise, this is the way to go. So value and price off the charts. Just super, super great. Ratings and impression after use. I would rate this at probably an 8 out of 10. And there's only a couple little quibbles that I have about it that keep it from being 10 out of 10. First of all, availability. And that's something that comes in. These things are hard to get. Like, basically, you can't buy them from their website, so you have to go to the store and hope that they have them in stock, which they don't really, because people realize how good of a value they are. So they're hard to find. Next thing is all the zippers, while good, I wish they were YKK zippers. And I know that that would drive the price up $1 or $2, but I'd be willing to pay it. No YKK zippers. And then I guess that's pretty much it. That I have a major gripe against it. You know what? Maybe we'll revise this up to a 9 out of 10. Because this thing is really good. It's got the paracord, you know, even though they're not YKK zippers, paracord pull ties. The webbing is really good. The bar stitching is fabulous. They do have the double stitching and a couple stress points. Just a really nice bag for all the warrior paints. So, you know what? We're giving it a 9 out of 10 because this is really just fabulous. Also, as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to view my videos as they become available. Till next time, tack out.